Hi, I'm Mike from 1A Auto. We've been selling auto parts for over 30 years.
Open the door. We'll go inside. And just here on the left side in the lower part is the hood release. Lift up on the hood, find the safety release. It's a lever here, push it to the passenger side to unlock it, lift it up, prop rod's here, we'll put it in place. Brake fluid reservoir is here on the driver's side, and the cap is here, and it's kind of hard to see. There's two lines. There's one at the top is the maximum fill line, and then way down on the bottom here is the minimum fill line. It's hard to see. This brake fluid is nice and clear and clean, and it looks like it's right at the maximum level, but if you need to add some, you can just unscrew this cap, take it off, add the appropriate brake fluid in here. Let's see, it's right at the top there. And when you're done, clean up any brake fluid you might have spilled, because that can ruin the car's paint, and then reinstall the cap. Just turn it clockwise to lock it. If you wanted to check the amount of coolant in the system, you could do it here. As long as the vehicle is cool, you don't want to open this when it's hot. You'll get hot steam out of it, could burn you. So this vehicle's been sitting for a while, it's nice and cool, so you can open it up, and you still might get some come out if it's full, but it won't come out with a lot of force as long as it's cool. And we can actually look inside here. It's right at the top, it's nice and full. It uses regular green coolant. If you weren't sure, you can always take a white rag and dip it in there. Some of the newer cars use a blue coolant. This particular one uses the standard green coolant. So that's nice and full, it's at the top, I don't need to add any. I can reinstall the cap. Just put it so the tabs go over it, and then turn it so it locks in place. You can also check it in the overflow bottle. So the overflow bottle is sort of translucent, and you can kind of see the fill level inside. So we have a minimum line and a maximum line. It's just above the maximum line, that's okay. If this was low and empty, you'd want to top it off here to the full, and then when the vehicle is cool, you'd want to check it at the radiator cap, because there's probably a reason why this is empty, and it's potentially that your radiator is low on coolant. You might have a leak somewhere, and you should check it out, because when the radiator goes low on coolant, it will pull from the overflow, and when it has too much, it pushes it into the overflow. But you should always have this at the full mark, and it should also be full at the radiator. Check the washer fluid level. This particular car has a dipstick, and if you pull it out, you can just kind of see, it's gonna be hard to see it on camera, but you can kind of see it's wet. So you know that you've got some washer fluid in there. There is also a line here at the very top that says full, and of course this bottle is translucent. So if you fill it up, and usually these take like a whole gallon if it's empty. That one's pretty full. So I brought it right up to the full line, and you'll know it's full because you can see the washer fluid right at the top. Put your cap back on so it doesn't spill everywhere, and you're all set. Power steering fluid reservoir is located here. There's a minimum line and a maximum line. You can kind of see that it's right at the maximum line, so that's perfect. I don't need to add any fluid. If you needed to add fluid, you can add the appropriate fluid by turning this counterclockwise and opening it. You put your funnel in here, fill with the appropriate fluid. This one just says used approved power steering fluid, so you want to check your owner's manual for the proper kind. Then you can reinstall the cap, turn it clockwise to lock it, and you're all set. To check the oil on this, dipstick is right here, has a little white handle on it. Pull it out, and I'll wipe it off with my rag. I'll put it back in. Engine's been sitting for a little while, so the oil should be down in the pan. Pull it back out. And you can see here, There's 2 marks, so that would be the low mark. That's the high mark. It's just above the high mark, so this has plenty of oil in it. I don't need to add any. If you needed to add oil, you can put your dipstick back in. You can open up the oil cap here, unscrews. This vehicle uses 5W30 oil. Put your funnel in here, add the appropriate amount of oil, recheck your dipstick, make sure you didn't overfill it, or it has the appropriate amount. And then screw your oil cap back in. You don't want to go too tight, so you want to be able to get it off next time. And that's it.
Thanks for watching. Visit us at oneauto.com for quality auto parts, fast and free shipping, and the best customer service in the industry.